Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we have a new 2011 gun, and this is the new Kimber 2K11 Pro Eclipse. So this is a new gun from Kimber. This is one of several different trim packages that they are offering. This is a 4 1/4 gun, and there's something that really cool in this pistol we're going to get to here in a minute, but this one here, I did not pick this color pattern. It's cool, not really my style, but it's growing on me. It's very a tuxedo looking color scheme here. We're running the Trijicon RMR in the green dot, and this is, as I mentioned earlier, a 4 1/4 commander length pistol. So the Kimber 2K11 Pro, unlike the full-size handguns, is coming in 5 patterns: the Eclipse, the Coyote, the Minotaur, the Royal, and what else? And the Stainless. The Stainless is more of a brush to gray pistol. What's cool about the 2K11 Pro guns, they are coming with the MJD polymer grip modules. This is, in my opinion, first time I've seen this grip module in person. This is absolutely game changer, home run, without a doubt, one of the best grip modules I have ever felt in a polymer pistol, or a polymer material. There are several different grip designs and textures you can get from the MJD website. It has the built-in magwell, but man, it just feels so good in hand. It takes away that kind of squish 2x4 feel of a traditional 2011 grip module. And it's just very, very intuitive to reach everything. The magwell, super clean. I am very impressed to the point where I'm gonna buy one of these to replace and put onto the 5-inch Kimber 2K11, but I like that gun. I'm also gonna get one for my Alchemy, because my Alchemy I just like this better. So, but this is one of the really cool features that come on the 2K11 Pro pistols. If Kimber's listening, I would honestly, as much as I like the Stan Chen products, I think this should be the grip module going forward for all 2K11 products coming out. These are about half the cost of an aluminum grip module or a steel one. And for especially guys in the LE space, if you were running one of these guns per se, and you did scuff one of these, dent it, scratch it, whatever, it's much easier to replace one of these than it is an aluminum or a steel one in that atmosphere, because once you scratch one of those or ding it, it can become sharp. So the MJD grip module, phenomenal. It's very comfortable in the hand, easy to reach, magazine release, all that stuff. Magwell, very, very solid upgrade. I had not seen this, like I said, prior to getting the gun. Very cool. With the 2K11 still, we're not getting any upgraded optics plate. When I made the first video, the Dawson plate, I didn't even know was out. I believe that came after the Ben Steger video on his Kimber. They brought one out. I have ordered a optics plate and front sight. My only gripe on the consumer side for you guys is that if you did upgrade the optics plate and the front sight has to be fitted. And I think it was 150 bucks. I can't remember exactly. But to have coat witness iron sights, if I was running those on a full-size gun and maybe doing security work or cop work, I just wanted to have them just to have them, I could see maybe spending the money, but I'm not sure what the cost to fit a front sight is. Some guys are probably gonna be doing it at home. It's not the easiest thing to do, especially on a 1911 or a 2011 pistol. I'm probably going to ballpark and guess that it might be $75 to $100 to have a gunsmith fit a front sight. They have to be sanded and fitted in there. That's a pretty big upgrade considering what the price these guns already cost. I think Kimber just needs to fix themselves and replace the CNH plate, which is trash anyway, and go with the Dawson plate or go with another footprint plate that allows a rear sight co-witness with a upgraded iron sight, because there's already a space back here. So why it's not being done, either that's a shortcut from Kimber or a shortcut from CNH. I don't know which, but there's obviously space right here to have a rear sight and getting a better option than this Trugo. That this front sight is stupidly thick. So there are options out there that could make these pistols even a better tier, but they definitely need to go back to the drawing board and address the optic system with the plates on here. The Trijicon RMR, the green, this is the new green dot. It's been running awesome. I'm really liking the green. The more and more I shoot this green, it helps me a lot. I know green's been out forever, and I know Trijicon's late to the game, but I personally feel the RMR is kind of the gold standard of red dots, even though the battery has to come off. I get all that, but I just prefer RMR as an overall footprint for duty use, EDC, etc. But for me, the battery, I've been changing batteries for over 10 years on these things, so it doesn't really bother me anymore to change them out, but I'm enjoying the green on this, on the Trijicon RMR. So the slide serrations here, not a fan. They are very reminiscent of the DH3 slide serrations that prohibited the gun to be working with a Safariland duty holster. Now, this gun here did work in a 6378 paddle holster, but I had not tried anything else because I don't have any staccato Ps right now to test. But so far it did work in that holster. I have heard conflicting stories on the full-size guns fitting in a Safariland holster, which makes sense because of how this slide is chamfered on each side. These serrations, the way they're you can see how they kind of catch. So I don't know if this is going to be a hindrance to the Safariland in the full-size model. I don't have a target or an optics ready one, but again, I've heard back and forth comments on that. I've also seen some of the Kimber athletes running the 2K11 full-size gun in a Safariland holster in some of the tactical games. So again, I don't know if that was modified or what, but just be aware that if you are going to get one of these, there may be some hiccups in regards to an active retention holster, so just be aware of that. On the range today, the gun shoots well. Does it shoot as good as the full-size gun? No. I feel that full-size just shoots a little softer. It does shoot though, don't get me wrong. I'm very impressed with it. It's also somewhat, I feel it's easier to hang on to this gun due to the texture of the grip and its narrowness front to back here. The magwell fits perfectly. Today there was no issues changing mags and the gun shot very well. I'm really digging the commander length on the 2011s. I personally don't think you should go any shorter or any need to go shorter. I know there's a new staccato HE that came out, like a 3.6 or something, but this just fits super good in the hand. Something I also noticed too on the 2K11 Pro model, the safeties on the outside edge are a little different, a little more blended up here, but the internal one, inside one, much better blending than on my 5-inch gun. I don't know if that was something that was addressed or if it just, because no longer as I drop that safety, it doesn't bite me and catch me like it used to on the full-size gun. Trigger is still something I'm not overly pleased with. And the reason I'm not happy, it's too long this way. I feel it needs to be about, if it was right there, that little bit of take up, it's just hard to get in here at times. You can see, if I'm holding the gun, I catch the front of the trigger guard every single time. And that's not a huge deal, but it's a little bit of a stretch to get to that trigger. If the trigger, as depressed right here, if the trigger stayed there the entire time, it was at about God, I don't know how you can see how much that's shorter. If it was that much shorter, I think that would make it the sweet spot for everybody. But this trigger is pretty dang long front to back than other 2011 pistols. So that's something that I did notice it again today, because there are times where I kind of catch right here going into the trigger guard. And again, it's not every time, but it's something that I just noticed because, again, it's long. So, but that is the only real gripe I have that followed from the 2K11 to the 2K11 Pro. Final thoughts. I like it a lot. The one that I've seen so far, pictures, I like the Royal. The Royal is a sexy looking pistol. This is not bad. I'm just not a stainless gun guy, but I do appreciate Kimber sending one out. And if they're going to send me one out, I think I'd rather have this one than the Minotaur. That's my least favorite color pattern of the pistol. That's full transparency to you guys. Kimber does send products to the channel like everybody else's channel. And so far, if you guys look at the Kimber lineup from all the other guns I've done, the 2K11 reviews, the Rapide reviews, the single stack guns, and now the 2K11, Kimber has made a lot of effort to rebuild their brand and earn back the trust of their consumers. And I think they're onto a great path with how well the 2K11s have performed. I don't think there's any reviews out there as of right now that are really negative or showing the guns don't perform. Today, this thing ran like a champ. First out the box, I've zeroed it, 3 days ago? And we ran it today. And when I zero a gun at the range, it's all it is, 0. I don't go any further into the shooting because I want to try to hopefully, if there is a problem, it needs to be on here, right? I need to be as transparent as possible for you guys if you're watching the review. But this thing is phenomenal. Price point, that is an area where Kimber still kind of needs to be a little more aware of what they're pricing these guns at. They're a little steep on both the MSRP and the consumer retail side. They're nice guns, but they're a little heavy on the price point. Also, I'm not for sure why this gun got 2 magazines and the full-size gun got 3 magazines. I really feel they should have stayed with 3 mags per gun, especially with these being like, I think these are Checkmate mags. I don't think there's a ton of quality control difference between a Checkmate mag and like a Staccato mag, but if you're going to price them at the price these are going at, I feel the 3 magazines should have been a standard regardless of model size. But again, that's just my thing there. But Checkmate mags ran great. We ran the full-size 20 rounders. We ran the factory Kimber 20 round mags out of this gun today as well. Those worked flawless. No issue whatsoever. So if you are looking for a 2011 or a double stack, double stack 1911, give them an option. This is Kimber. There are a lot of people, especially in my age group, who are ride or die for Kimber, right? They have had those guns forever. They didn't shoot them a ton, but they had them, they worked. There's others out there who just have heard the horror stories that these guns had in the past. So you make your own decision. If you can get to a local gun range, try one, touch one, shoot one. I think once you feel these MJD grip modules, you're going to fall in love like I did. It really fits the hand very well. I think you're going to be pleased with that. And if you get one like this and you don't like it, you can upgrade. There's several different models of these that you can get from their website. So again, look at that. That is what I've got for you today on the Kimber 2K11 Pro Eclipse. Thank you guys for watching. As always, be well. Till next time, take care.